Right, hello. So if anyone comes on, I bought a cheap little sort of one of those idle type games on Steam to have a play about with. But we'll just have a chat on today's one, and don't really want to do a webcam stream. It's quite hot in this room already. So this game is called something like Forest Hustle, is it? Yeah, Forest Hustle. There you go. So you are at the moment, but normally it takes a few minutes for people to get notified if people are coming on. So what I'm just going to see as well, it says there's 6 people on, is YouTube's given me a thing to say I can do the vertical stream thing, but I bet the option isn't going to work still. No, it says new, but yeah, it can't do it. I'll try it next time I have a webcam stream, but yeah, that's annoying because they've specifically said now, oh, you can do that thing, but the option's not there. So, I still can't click it. Like I actually had a notification telling me I could now do it, kind of thing. So yeah, I got 3 videos filmed today, and then I was mostly looking at all the stuff coming out of Iran again, which is sort of, yeah, I definitely think it's going to be the end for the regime, thankfully. I need to sell the stuff, don't I, to get the actual money, the wood. I still need the people doing the, like, deals wanting to buy it. Oh, there's a treasure chest again over there, go have a look at that. Okay, so I want to get another woodcutter's hut in a minute. And that basically just means you get an automated little woodcutter like that goes around as well as you cutting the trees down. So build woodcutter 225 wood. So I still need more wood because I think each one gets more expensive than the last, like in all the idle games like Cookie Clicker and all the ones like that. If you've ever played any of those. What about Keir Starlin? What? Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, he wants to ban Twitter now, is his latest thing. And he's again doing it, oh, it's to protect the kids from CP, that kind of stuff, even though he doesn't have problems with other websites that have similar issues. He's literally only doing it with Twitter, or X, and it's because people take the piss out of him on there and talk about the shit the government does. So yeah, he's doing his usual thing of threatening people that don't want to give him freebies, or don't constantly praise him. Eventually I can cut down all the trees because it says there's 16,000 trees and I don't know if they regrow. So right, was it 225 wood we needed? Alright, Kevin, it's called, was it Forest Hustle? Let me just check. I think it was Forest Hustle. The little thing hasn't popped up yet. Forest Hustle. So it's one of those combinations of games that's like a bit like an idle game, a bit like a time-wasting game. It was only like £3, so I thought I'd buy it to, just have something else to do when I didn't want to play a proper game and stream it or whatever. Just so it's more I can look at the chat while talking to you guys. The merch, I don't personally sell it. It's Teespring. So blue Rod, so it should be literally below all the videos with Teespring. You just literally click the thing you want and you buy it. I don't have anything to do with it other than putting the designs on, if that makes sense. So unless there's a problem with Teespring's end, you should be able to buy it no problem. I haven't played the Forest 2, but I've played a bit of the first one, the one with like the cannibal sort of mutants in the like the forest, literally as the game says, which is like a combination survival game slash sort of survival horror, isn't it? So yeah, it's all right. Again, that's not really my cup of tea, sort of. Not, I like survival horrors, but like the survival games aren't really. Like I like the ones like The Long Dark, the more like serious ones. But yeah, I didn't think it was a bad game. It's just not really the sort of game I personally, you know, I got on sale and I played it with mates and we had a bit of fun. But again, it's the problem with games like that is sometimes mates go like, oh yeah, we'll get that and we'll play a load of it. You buy it, you play like 1 or 2 games of them, and then they never want to play it again. They want to move on to something else. Yeah, I like LA Noire. The only annoying thing is when that first came out, as in like the PlayStation 3 version, I think it was, and 360, was that the things it was originally on? There was a really annoying thing. Oh, I can get some woodcutters now, can't I? Oh, they are a lumberjack, okay. Where how the thing used to work with, you know, like the doubt thing. They've changed doubt now, haven't they, to like accuse or something like that, which makes a lot more sense, because the whole doubt thing didn't really work properly, because basically doubt is what you're meant to do if you think they're lying to you, but you don't have any evidence to prove it. And yeah, so it was one of those things that replaying it and knowing that was how it was meant to work, it made a lot more sense. But being called doubt, you'd sometimes do it and then get the thing completely wrong. Because, yeah, you're basically accusing without evidence, which is what the doubt mechanic means. But, yeah, it's very good, LA Noire. The only thing I didn't like is the lighting in it looked very flat to me. Right, so I should now be able to hire another woodcutter. So they're $50. Okay. So, I suppose, is that the cost to upgrade them then, rather than... I need to find 1 rock to upgrade the workbench. You know, it's my dog making a creepy noise there. Yeah. I just save every now and then because I don't think this has an auto-save. Right, I might as well sell that guy some more wood. But I need 3 woodcutter huts, so I need to still get another one. And the next one is 350 wood, so that's going to take a while, but at least at the moment, I was going to say that the woodcutters, obviously the more you get, the faster they work, in a sense. Yeah, they did change it in the remastered. I think there was an Inside Xbox video, if that was the channel, that went on about that. And yeah, it was one of those things that was just like, it's just by rewording something, it was a massive improvement. But yeah, because like, yeah, how you're basically meant to do it is if you think they're lying, what you first do is you actually just literally accuse them of lying. Because you can back out of a lie if you then don't have the right evidence for it. So if you think they're lying, you press lie, see if you have any evidence that matches the thing you think they're lying about. If not, you then do doubt or accuse or whatever they changed it to. But the problem is, like I said, everybody with doubt thinks like it's when they like said something that just seems a bit suspicious, but not like an outright lie. And then Cole's like, "Oh, you murdered her, you sick bastard," or whatever. Yeah, I liked LA Noire a lot for what it was, don't get me wrong. It's just, the only thing, like I said, the only thing is the lighting to me in that looked very flat, and I don't know the right way of describing it. It's kind of like when you used to play games where they had full bright lighting, you know, where like, there wasn't proper shadows and things like that, you know, where it was like kind of everything looked like it was being lit from one very bright kind of spotlight. It's hard to explain, but if you've ever played, the easiest way I can explain it is if you've played Half-Life 2, there's where Source has fairly good lighting, especially for 2004. There's a thing in the Source engine where I think if you put the graphics really low, there's a thing called full bright mode where it just puts, you know, like one bright light over the entire map rather than rendering lots of different lights at different brightnesses. And that's the only way I can really explain what the lighting looked kind of wrong to me, like in LA Noire. Where it kind of just, to me, didn't look like there was the proper, like, shadows and saturations and stuff. Yeah. You left-wing leaning parasite, you expect me to listen to your dribble? Yeah, you're going to the gas chamber, Mr. Kalu, I think was one of the good lines. Which he says to the Jewish guy, and you're like, oh, Cole, you bastard. Have I got an achievement from this game? Oh, but it's streaming, so it hides what the achievement is. Okay. Oh, another chest. Go get that. But yeah, at least, like, yeah, now it's getting more and more automated, I guess. Because, again, that's how all these sort of games work, which is why I quite like them. Like, they're not really games that are massively replayable like this, but they... I think if you're autistic, they have a kind of nice mechanic, like Ship Graveyard Simulator 2 I really like, which is similar to this. Where, you know, like, you start off and... you have like a really crap tier like hammer for dismantling the ships, and then you get better and better you know, like power tools for breaking apart the massive ships. Why can't I eat that mushroom? There we go. Yeah. But the funny thing as well with the mocap stuff on that game is obviously they told the like actual like actors they modelled to like... Why is there like an axe randomly on the roof of that? Oh, it probably just means they're a woodcutter's hut, doesn't it? Or whatever. Alright, so... How much wood did I need for the next one? Or, I suppose what I could do, actually, is... Yeah, sell some more wood while I think of it. Because that's not selling wood at a very fast rate. And what I can do in a minute is... upgrade my drone. Because, yeah, that way... Inventory... There we go. And then in a minute I can do the other thing for it. So yeah, because the drone literally just goes to trees you've chopped down and gets the wood, fetches the wood for you. But yeah, I do like adventure games and things like that, and point-and-click games and all those. But again, the problem the old adventure games, and I think the Sierra adventure games are like really notorious for it, were the ones where you had all the various like solutions to puzzles that were just so fucking like, you know, obnoxious. Like, I do like now a lot of those games kind of have an inbuilt hint system, so if you get stuck, you know, there's like a rechargeable hint thing you can click to, like, you know, have the game suggest you what you have to do next. But yeah, there's been some of those sort of games where you know, you literally can't, you know, figure out for the life of you what you're meant to do, and even when you finally find out the solution, even through just clicking everything on every, like, little spot in the game, or, like, finding a guide, like, you know, back in the day, like, yeah, back in the day you had to get your dial-up modem to look up an online guide, or buy, like, a PC magazine, to tell you how to get past the puzzle, and then it was, like, the most fucking obnoxious, like, stupid puzzle. If you mean fish, do you mean your first? But yeah, I've literally said that before in videos, that yes, the first gas mask I got was a random present from my mum, where she got me one from an army surplus store. And, yeah, that started the fucking obsession with them. But like I said, I found gas masks cool before that, even when I was a kid. It was just a case of, you know, you have to be an adult working to make money to buy surplus. So yeah, when it was just as a random teenager, like, oh, here's a cool novelty gift for you, a gas mask. Finish M61 V2. So that mask always has some quite strong nostalgia vibes for me, because, you know, not the GP5 or whatever, that was my first mask. Right. How much is it for the third woodcutter's hut? Oh, we'll quickly just sell those off again. I've got 288 wood, so build 350 wood, so it shouldn't take too long. So how much wood do the woodcutters bring in each time they chop down a tree? So they're both doing a tree each, and I'm at 298 wood. I'm just curious now to see, is it a case like they just generate like 5 or 6 logs or something as soon as they finish cutting down a tree? Right, how much? That's 303, 308. So that's gone up, what, by 5? So yeah, each woodcutter does 5 wood per tree. Do I get 5 wood per tree when I cut down a tree? Because I've got like 10 or so logs there. Maybe woodcutters just bring you less wood in per tree. But obviously, like, they're fully automated, aren't they? I suppose that's the difference. Right, I'm not going to sell that guy any more wood till I've got my 3rd woodcutter's hut built, because that's my objective. Is there a berry anywhere, or... Oh no, I'm going to have to go to bed. That's alright, I think the guys still work while you're in bed. So it's on 333 wood at the moment. Oh wait, that's the woodcutter's hut. Right, 338 wood. Yeah, MC1's cool as well. Again, I'll do a video again soon on the MC1 or the CM3. Because, again, wood 338, has that gone up? Oh, that just went up then. It's 350 we need. I might as well just do those upgrades at the moment while I'm waiting for them to get the thing in. And I'm $3 short of that next one, so hang on. Let's just sell him some more wood. Yeah, because it's not put me down that much wood. And pickaxe, I haven't even done anything with the pickaxe yet. I guess you need rocks for upgrades for stuff, but rocks are rarer to get. I think, by the look of it, the, what do you call it, screen here, I'll go back to the chat in a second. The traders, I think this is for me to buy stuff. So, like, if you just want to buy a load of stuff to do upgrades, you can do it with money rather than looking for the stuff yourself. So I'm assuming how that works. So yeah, we need 350 wood, so 1 more tree's worth of wood, and then it'll be golden. Oh, actually, tell you what, I can probably get the 2 trees here, then eat that mushroom, and then... There we go. Right, cool. So I should be able to get another woodcutter now. So build woodcutter. Yeah. Right. So I want to. What I've realised now, obviously, once I started this, is you want to keep placing the buildings further away from each other with stuff like that. So because they can obviously go from one to the next to start, you know, depositing wood. What do you mean by gas mask inflation? What, like going up in price just because of... well, the problem is, like, anything like that is, like, surplus, like I've said before. If it's a surplus mask, it's always going to go up in price due to the fact that, what was I going to say? Like, you know, that, as surplus dries up, no matter what type of surplus is, it goes up. So yeah, we need to find rocks now. So I'm assuming rocks are going to look a bit like a tree, or stones, but yeah, they're obviously a lot less common because there's 72 compared to all the stones around. Is there a map I can open? No. Right, let's start. And again, I don't know if I've even got a compass in this game. So, so I can figure out where I'm going. Let's orientate myself off of the buildings. And then, oh look, there's a chest, so I'll go open that. And then I guess, yeah, I'm going to go in this direction first, just in case it's like the stones are at the edge of the map. And again, I don't know if I'm in the middle of the map or whatever, yeah, because like I said, I don't have like a mini-map. As far as I'm aware. But yeah, like, the problem is with inflation and everything like that is literally on everything. Like, food inflation is a thing as well now. Oh, and that comment didn't show up, Kevin, but it's showing up for me now. Did you see that video on the B-2 bomber flying over the Harry Potter castle at the Universal Studios in Florida? No, I didn't, but that sounds cool. I'll have to look at that at some point if I remember. So yeah, I'm assuming these aren't the rocks, because these look just like, yeah, like they're like the tech. Ah, it's going to be that, isn't it? Yeah. Right, yeah, good thing I did go over here rather than... Right, so I'm going to want to try and find some mushrooms rather than go all the way back to my bed and then... Although saying that, I could build another HQ, couldn't I, for 50 wood, because I'm getting wood coming easily now, and then just use the bed next to this, and then I've got another one for dumping logs. I'm assuming these have to be, yeah, not directly under a tree canopy. Oh, there's a stone right outside there, that might be a better one to use. Oh, I have to jump up. I've started on the other one, so I might as well carry on with it. Well, you mean a roadman like a chav? Well, yeah, I used to go to school, obviously, with a load of chavs, because they used to be, you know, a thing. Or is a roadman a different thing? Again, I'm not up with a lingo for all the various things. But, like, chav is the British equivalent of, like, a gopnik, and a lot of the other, like, sort of slang sort of terms you might use for people like that. Is there another little mushroom nearby? Again, I don't know what it is about games like this, but I find them strangely enjoyable. I especially like games like this if I'm actually just listening to a podcast. Like I said, games like this are very good for just chatting with people, where, you know, the games aren't like, you know, stressful ones. Because the problem is with some games, there's some games I really like and I'm good at, for example, but then I can't read the chat and kind of get engaged with the game. Alright, so that just chucks a rock off the edge, does it? Right, we're not going to upgrade... If we're going to upgrade one of my things, I'm going to do one of the ones in the main area for now. Right, so I can just dump the rock on any of them. Yeah, let's go and upgrade this one that I've got near the woodcutter's hut, so I know which one it is. Actually, no, I don't do that, do I? I think I do it in tab, the upgrade. Right, manage, HQ. How do I know which HQs I shoot? Oh, there is the map, look. Yeah, so it's here. HQ level 2. Yeah, so this is the one I'm on. Workbench, 100 wood, 1 rock. Well, we just need to wait for one more wood to come in. There we go. So I assume I click that there. There we go. Oh yeah, and this building looks nicer now. So yeah, I've got a nicer looking building. And this now means I can get, yeah, better upgrades for my stuff. So I'm going to need to start selling the wood off again. Might as well go to sleep and see if that... So that's on 9 wood. Still on 9 wood. About 14, isn't it? Right, so now I just want to basically get money in to do upgrades, don't I? And then unlock a trader, and yes, so again, all these you have to progressively do more and more stuff. I assume, again, the idea in this is that you eventually get rid of all 15,000 of the trees. Well, it started off at 16,000, I've already cleared 100 of them, so that's going pretty well. So, pickaxe is obviously one of those ones that you probably want to get upgraded for when you next want stone. Kind of tempted to actually upgrade the pickaxe a couple of times just so the stones don't require me to keep running to a house for them. So that might be quite useful. Or I might as well just keep doing all the upgrades regardless. Again, bigger inventory is always useful. Again, I wanted to do some drone upgrades as well, didn't I? But yeah, I've never actually been stabbed by anybody like that or anything, obviously. But I did obviously go to school with people that, you know, were that way inclined to think it made them hard men or whatever. You know, I think most people like that fucking grow out of it. I don't think there's many people that stay like that into their fucking adult years, or I'd hope not. You know, like they do it as kind of teenagers and that, and maybe early 20s, and then grow up and turn into a normal person. Right, so with the drone... So I assume I can only have one drone then, yeah, I can't actually have more drones. Stats. So what's that? Oh, is that paying off the debt? I see, so yeah. The debt is obviously where you use money to pay the debt, but I assume you have to just pay it all off in one go, yeah? That's like probably like a late game thing, paying off the debt. And then, yeah, you probably have to get more and more money for sort of things. Stones mine 0. Oh, those rocks then, not stones, I mind. Okay, right, those are quite expensive upgrades for what they are. Anyway. So, unlock a trader. So, is that what I need to buy the trader? $50 and 15 to 60 wood? Or... Let's build a tower while we're here, just to see what the tower does. And that also means I'll have a reference point for where my upgraded cabin is. I'm assuming in this it's not going to hurt me if I fall off or save before I jump, just in case. But, there's nothing there. But yeah, so I suppose these towers are just useful for where you're trying to look for stones and whatever else. So, can be upgraded to higher sizes. So is that in manage? Tower level 1. Height, 25 wood. Why not? Oh, I hope I've not trapped myself in it now. Oh, yeah, good. So you can't fall to your death. That's good. And then, height extraction. Shouldn't that be extension? Because extraction's like taking something out of the ground. If I could legally do a concealed carry in the UK, I definitely would. Just because of the sake it means that, you know, your life is in your own hands if somebody, Let's see what the extra hire thing... Did I not buy you the third woodcutter even when I got the third thing? That's not very good if that was the case. So yeah, we need to get a third woodcutter in a second. Oh, and I've got a chest I might as well open. But yeah, I've always thought with the UK, if they wanted to make like a legal carry thing in the UK and not have it be stupid, as in like, you know, make it so people are always kind of less armed than the cops. Like limit it to revolvers. And just make it so the revolvers potentially are ones that, you know, can't even be rapidly reloaded. You know, a bit like old single... I know, like, if you're skilled enough, with something like a single-action army, you can reload it quickly. But... yeah, exactly. You can't have pepper spray, tasers, stun guns, anything like that. And, like, yeah, women aren't allowed them, so obviously it means that if you're a man that's inclined to do horrible things to women... you're at a complete advantage because, you know, you've got a lot more muscle and power than them, and you know, there's nothing they can do about it essentially. All right, the guy's buying more wood. Let's sell the wood before I forget. Right, so yeah, I was gonna first manage, wasn't I? Buy that other. Yeah, there we go. Ah, so yeah, for 250 wood and 1 rock, you can make. Ah, I see. So yeah, then each woodcutter gets. Yeah, you can have 2 woodcutters at each shack as you upgrade them, for example, and then each woodcutter carries more, so each one. Yeah, cool. Right, so I want to unlock a trader, don't I, as soon as I can afford it. Or however it works. Sell it 50 things. So, yeah. Does it mean I now... Well, I've got 1560 wood, so how does the traders thing work? Now I've got her as a thing. Oh, I see, so she comes up in things, so she's buying... Oh yeah, so it means that yeah, traders just let you actually. So yeah, you're not actually buying them from the traders then. Traders are just a way of being able to bulk sell stuff quicker. Because yeah, it's obviously quite slow with just that first guy. Yeah. So that yeah. No, F-22, yeah, it's like late 80s, 90s plane, isn't it? Because, do you mean the F-22 Raptor? Because, yeah, the F-22 is in cutscenes in the first Command and Conquer from 1995. And when I watched that, because again, it doesn't look too dissimilar from an F-35, I was like, that can't be an F-35 when I was replaying Command and Conquer the other day. And no, it is an F-22, you know, obviously it was very low poly rendering and that. But yeah, it's obviously just F-35 is like one big engine, isn't it, as opposed to like two smaller ones on the F-22 and that. But yeah, there's quite a few things like that that somehow surprised me. Like one of the really funny things is like making fun of Russia, is how the Soviets and the Russians didn't. And again, they never mass-produced it, so it's essentially, you know, it's only a thing on paper anyway. Didn't make a proper rear door exitable sort of equivalent of the BTR until like 2015 or something like that. And like when I looked it up, like even the PLA had a 1990s like APC/IFV, whatever you want to call them. Because again, they had a tracked one with a rear door, and I know the BMP had rear doors, but still the BMP's like a fucking death trap because it's so tight, like, you know, tightly confined, where, you know, you've got all the people, you know, stuck in there and such. What I did find out though, I didn't realise, is the BTR 152 I like actually does have a rear door. I never realised that, because it's really hard to even see the seam on the door in lots of pictures, and even the one that I saw in real life. And apparently, like, the spare tyre is often put on it blocking, like, you know, the door, like, you can actually open it with the spare tyre on, but the spare tyre, you know, makes it impossible to see the frame. Right, Rich? So, yeah, so the BTR 152, I never knew until, yeah, when I was looking it up today, that it actually has a rear door. I thought the troops had to, like, hop off the sides or hop out the back. But no, they actually have a proper door. Because I always assumed that, you know, because there's some like spin-offs of the BTR 152 with armoured roofs, that then those, you know, like just had like a roof hatch, you know, a bit like some of the later like BTR 60s and whatever. I assume they just modded them like that, but no, the BTR 152 actually always had a proper rear door. I do a bit of weights at home, and I used to do judo when I was younger, but in all honesty, the amount of money gyms and that cost, I just wouldn't bother here. Again, there's stuff that I'm kind of careful about talking about on videos, Kevin. There's stuff in the UK you can carry on you, and you're not allowed to say you have it on you for the purpose of self-defense, but if you got into a self-defense situation, those things would come in very handy. But I sort of am very careful sometimes about mentioning those, just because then if I ended up using one and I'd said on a video, they might say that, oh, you know, it was premeditated and all that, if that makes sense. Yeah, there's some as well where they Photoshop the rear doors to be even bigger. It's because the rear doors on the BMP as well also have, like the fuel tanks in them. Which again is a great design choice. Oh, comrade, yeah, you know where you're meant to be evacing out the vehicle, well, that bit can also set on fire. But yeah, that's why I always say, like, and this is one I happily admit to because so many people I know do it, is like a decent quality flashlight that, you know, is really bright, has a strobe function, like made of solid either aluminium or steel. You know, sometimes they can have bezels on that are quite interesting. Actually, 67 wood. Yeah, she actually buys wood in decent quantities then. But yeah, she's bought more. So I thought that meant she'd buy between 15 and 60 wood, but no, she's actually bought more than that. Right, now I've sold all that wood for money. Let's go do some more of upgrades. Oh, and I want the proper tool bench, don't I, in the middle one? Yeah, I might as well still sell to that guy that buys them for about $1 per log, just because it's something going on. Now, I suppose at some point I need to go find more stones, don't I, to start upgrading all my other buildings. What, Brazilian butt lift? The arse is in the arse. As the saying goes. Right, we might as well go get another stone. What does it cost actually to upgrade a building? Might as well sleep a moment first. Let's see, what does it actually cost in a moment to do some of the other building upgrades? Woodcutter was 1 stone, wasn't it? So that's on manage, isn't it? Yeah, 1 rock. I assume rock and stone is the same thing. They're the only 2 that show up there. Yeah, because hey, the workbench is 1 rock. Right, cool. Let's go back to where that rock was of that other cabin I built and get some more rock. And then I can start upgrading my other random buildings. So yeah, this one. Wait, is there a mushroom nearby? Or am I going to have to go to the house over there? Right. I assume the bluebells aren't edible. No, unlike the mushrooms, they're just decorative. It depends. I like streams where you can just chat with people quite casually. Oh look, and I've got a mushroom there now. You know, I don't need it. Oh, and there's a chest. I'll have a look in the chest. Oh, and I might as well keep remembering to do these deals as and when, like, they're up and available, so I can actually get the money from them. That's good, Rich. If it only took you 10 days to get your strength back up to do it. But yeah, But yeah, like I said, I don't normally. There's like other streamers as well that I like. Weapon collectors streams, especially when he used to stream on Twitch. I used to really enjoy watching those, but I don't think he does Twitch very often now. Although I should be able to catch them as Friday and Saturday streams now, because of the fact that I'm obviously not doing the job I was doing. That meant that, you know, I was never around to watch those streams after a while. But there's a load of other streamers where I sometimes watch like highlights from their streams. You know, like where they might have done a really long stream and then they've cut out like the best bits from a long one, if that makes sense. Right, so in theory now, manage. So it doesn't really matter which woodcutter we do it with. Let's just do it that one on the end. 250 wood. So I now need to let the wood build back up. And 1 rock. So while I'm eating mushrooms and bashing the rocks, might as well do this rock because it's actually closer. And then there's another mushroom over there, so I'll just go grab that one in a minute. I wonder wonder if when the dog runs off, it's to tell you there's a mushroom in that direction. Right. Did the dog tell me that there was another mushroom anyway? There's one. Yeah, that definitely seems like one of the things where you want to just keep upgrading your mining pick for that. My drone's back. Right, we're not going to sell her any wood for now, because I want the wood to build up a bit. Oh, there's a mushroom. Yeah, I used to really like those because again they used to be on better nights for me to watch, Rich, and because less people were on, you could have more of a proper chat and we could laugh at the games with the you know, like the bad David Cage games or whatever. Even though I kind of like the David Cage games, but you know that like some of those like interactive movie games, or like where we just would go on Dreams or whatever it was and see what weird games people had made on Dreams. I haven't played that in a while. I'll have to check out Dreams again, but oh, so I can actually get my own stone miner as well. I suppose I might as well build one over here. How much is the stone miner's hut? Build stone miner hut. 1,000 wood. Right, that's going to take a while, so I'm going to do my woodcutter upgrade first. Right, so how much was the upgrade? 250 wood. Right, so it shouldn't take too long if I just annihilate another one of these trees. Oh, but I need to then sleep. So I don't think there's any more. Oh no, there is a mushroom there. Factions from Last of Us. Yeah, and annoyingly, apparently they're not going to redo that now. Even at one point they said, yeah, you can. It's just one of those annoying things, like yeah, where I was hoping that they were gonna bring that back for you know, at some point. Because I think they were on about like releasing it as its own thing, weren't they? But then they abandoned it to work on a single-player game or something. Right, okay, we're nearly at the enough. I've nearly got wood. Some games like this as well also weirdly will have like a horror element come into them later on. That's, you know, like completely comes out of nowhere. So I don't know if this will or not. That'll be interesting. I'll be on about another 20 minutes. Right, okay, so now with the woodcutter I can upgrade that. Alright, cool, so that's that woodcutter. So now my passive wood rate should be coming up because there's more woodcutters over there. Although, do I need to hire more woodcutters first? Let's have a look. Manage. Yeah, so I now need to hire, yeah, the second one. Yeah, I get it. And then when I next get 250 wood, it's probably worth me, yeah, doing that with the next one. What's that do? Oh, that's yeah, I see a filter for each of the things. But yeah, I don't want to filter them. We don't want to sell the wood at the moment. I might as well go back to the main area I was in. That was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, so I can, yeah, so I can, if I go to manage, I can see where I am in relation to everything else. So yeah, that is north in that direction. Oh, my woodcutters are getting close enough to where that is that I suppose I could build towers in random places, couldn't I, to help me see from place to place where I am. What I was going to say is I can go spend some more money on some upgrades. Well, Sky, the YouTube channel, yeah. I haven't watched all his videos, but like the Russian drone one I still find quite good from like a couple of months ago, whenever that was, a few months ago. Although Squire's had issues with YouTube because of, you know, like literally having guns on a comedy channel has now upset YouTube with their channel. Right, so let's do pickaxe level 4. Inventory. And then I will sell 17 wood. Right. Any other upgrades I can afford? Energy, that means I can like chop more, doesn't it, or whatever. So yeah, that's useful. Right, we've destroyed 300 odd trees. About 324 trees, whatever it is. Oh, there's another chest. Let's go have a look in that. Okay, so yeah, he's getting into religious flaming wars now, is he? Good to know. I think you are a bit obsessed with him, Rich, because you always seem to know what he's up to. Like I said, with people like him, I just try and ignore him. But, you know, it's good to know that he's continuing his path of just upsetting more and more people, I suppose. Oh, and what I've got a Geiger counter coming tomorrow that I don't know if it's technically a Geiger counter. It's a semiconductor counter. But that should be quite interesting because it's again one that's actually being sold, like, you know, easily available on Amazon. So it's one of those ones that, again, I thought it's about £50. I really shouldn't be spending that money at the moment, but I was like, yeah, I'll get it just because it will be one that, you know, I can do a review on, like a long review and a short review, and it seems like the type of ones people are watching the videos of because it's, you know, being like one of the few, you know, Geigers that you can actually get on Amazon. Like I said, I'm kind of interested because I have a few semiconductor counters, but they're always quite interesting because they're you know, they're different than Geiger counters. I think the pro of them is they can detect much wider radiation ranges, but I think they're generally slower is like the bad side of them. I mean, that does kind of sound like you're trying to make a rip-off channel if you name it literally with the numbers different. But, like, you know, if you were doing surplus stuff, I'd advise you to probably go for something a bit more creative than that. I'm not saying you can't make videos like that. Obviously, it's your right to. It just seems a bit weird if, like, it's a bit like somebody called themselves PewDiePie and then like a number on the end. Alright, do we have enough wood for another upgrade? Manage. Woodcutter level 2, yep. Right, and then we want to... I'll sell that for now, but I do want to, Yeah, the next objective is build a stone miner's hut, isn't it? So I'll do that before I go off, because that should... so... Stone miner is 1,000 wood. So, I guess we'll get to chopping. At least I don't need stone for the stone miner's hut. So yeah, we're not going to sell her any wood now until I get my 1,000 wood. Right, and yeah, I'm going to build a tower though, next to here. So build tower, wherever it will let me build one relatively close to this hut. Oh, there we go. Oh, you can rotate them as well, okay. Yeah, we'll do it there. It's just so that I've got the thing so I can see, because like, yeah, that other one is like there, yeah, so as long as I'm not the wrong way around the rock face. I assume I can't use a tower to dump wood. No. Yeah, that would seem a bit OP if you could do that. I might as well finish getting the stone out of this one that's halfway harvested. The dog found a mushroom or anything when he was barking, or maybe the dog just randomly barks. I wonder if they're mushroom spawn points, but like, you know, they're only obviously there if they're physically there, if that makes sense. No, I can't see any nearby mushrooms, so I'll use the bed and then finish off that stone. What was that, Kevin? It's your other comment hasn't shown up if you made one. What, like a similar issue to the ARFA? It does, but not to the same extent of how quickly it goes bad, if that's what you're asking, or something else. I don't know, because again, YouTube didn't show me what your previous comment was. I don't particularly mind Rich, I just find it funny that you always bring him up. That was the only thing I was getting at. Oh yeah, the ARFA. Yeah, the Polish one, because it is a different rubber, doesn't do it as badly, but yeah, I can still imagine it can do it, and it still will have issues with the lens. Like, my MP4 still has, MP5 even, still has the issue that obviously, that the lens goes orange over time, like the MCU2P does, because that's the problem, it seems, with masks that have the flexible kind of rubber eyepieces, is most of the historical, like, clear rubbers people have done those with tend to be the ones that, you know, discolour as they age. Oh yeah, sorry, I see you now. So CSGO rank. Yeah, sorry, I completely didn't see your comment. I'm surprised AliExpress they sell French those French masks, the ARFAs, because AliExpress isn't normally surplus for the most part. It's normally it's normally, you know, just cheap Chinese goods. But yeah, like I said, that's the main issue with any kind of... Again, I don't know if the Avon C50s and M50s are eventually going to have this problem, but they're not aging as badly yet, if that makes sense. But yeah, the obviously, like, because they're kind of a flexible. They're not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not polycarbonate though, is it? On those, I'm pretty sure it is a flexible rubber, unless I'm just being completely wrong about that. Oh yeah, I was going to upgrade this thing, wasn't I? That's what I was going to do while I was here, because I've got 3 rocks now. So manage HQ level 1. It will be this one. Yeah. And yeah, then that means I can at least get the upgraded workbench in here. And yeah, do these. So might as well just keep doing energy, because that's the one where you have to keep eating the mushrooms or stopping to do stuff. Nah, no worries, but yeah. So you're looking into FMJ08s. But yeah, like I said, part of the issue as well with yeah, I'm not playing Minecraft. YouTube's thing clearly doesn't know, isn't very good at auto detecting stuff. A bit like how YouTube sometimes puts videos on YouTube Kids or whatever it is that are clearly not children's videos. Oh, it looks like a cartoon. It must be for kids. But yeah, like I said, some of them you won't find by searching FMJ08. Sometimes they're like listed under different names just because of you know, like the way those sort of sellers work. Right, we were meant to be getting 1,000 wood, weren't we? So we're halfway there. Just thought I might as well get some more rocks while I'm out. I wonder if in this game as well you eventually get some sort of passive income mechanic as well. Actually, how much are the I might as well spend the 250 wood to upgrade this and then hire another guy there, because that will actually at least get me my extra wood way faster by having the extra wood cutter where they do double each time. Yeah, I'm just wondering as well with the drone, if I know the drone's not going to be as efficient as me taking stuff back to the thing myself, but if you were somewhere near where there was a load of the I was just thinking like the trees in general, just chopping loads down and just carrying on, so the drone eventually just, you know, doesn't run out of stuff to do. I can't see. Oh no, there's a mushroom right there. Yeah, like I said, that was the issue I had with the M50. The main reason I was quite willing to trade mine just for stuff I was otherwise interested in, because as good as the face piece is, like I said, it's just really annoying having something that you can't easily get filters for. Even in the UK with the GSRs, it's not as hard to get the filters because you know, like they've been around here for a while, and the army does surplus the filters here when they're past their expiry date, even if they're still wrapped. But yeah, like I said, just being able to buy the filters brand new and it just being such a you know, conventional filter size in 40mm is just way nicer. And again, the thing I do like now is, even if they're very expensive, I do like the fact that Avon is now selling directly to the public as well. So, you know, if you do want to buy one from the official mask manufacturer that's completely brand new and, you know, everything, you know, there is a way of doing that now. Because again, it does seem stupid to me that some of these companies, unless they're, you know, ones where the mask is specifically only for sale to one nation that, you know, paid into its research or something, it does seem really stupid to me those companies don't just say, let's sell it to civilians as well. Oh, hi, Uncle. We were talking about gas masks. When you say UK masks, what do you mean? Masks currently available to buy in the UK, or do you mean masks that are British, like, you know, actual military, like, masks or whatever? Well, I will be going off in about 5 minutes, because like I said, I was planning on finishing this about 7 o'clock, because I started just before 6. And I did say to other people I'd be, you know, around to do stuff this evening. I just want to... I might get to 1,000 wood, just so we can see what the miner looks like. There's another chest over there. No, that drone's pretty damn inefficient, isn't it? 182 coins, very nice. I suppose I ought to really buy nothing but inventory upgrades if I can get some more inventory upgrades. Because that's going to be the main thing of just taking loads of wood now, running it back and forth, although we're only 10 away, aren't we, but still. So that's inventory level. Oh, I need a level 3 building now, I can't get any faster. Right, okay, so... Anyway, let's go collect a load of that wood then. Right, I'm going to assume a doghouse, what was I going to say, I'm assuming a doghouse doesn't let me deposit stuff. I'm just going to check this. No, it doesn't let you deposit anything. Well, that's 75 wood for one of these, so I'm going to build another HQ then just over here for fast depositing, because it lets the lumberjacks can use these as well, so they are actually useful. Right, let's put that there then. Alright, Zeppelin, again, people constantly come on just as I'm leaving. Well, it's also because they can't sell them to the public at a decent price if the government pays them a lot of money for each unit, because then the government would want to buy them cheaper as well. Again, most respirators from most companies, if they're brand new, and I don't mean top of the line things like the C50, but just, you know, any of the generic stuff that's sold to civilians, are generally £100 to £200. So, you know, like 150, say, to maybe $250 per mask. They're not cheap if you're actually, you know, buying it brand new with all the proper guarantees from a proper supplier. That's again why, like I said, Chinese masks are surprisingly well priced for what they are. Like, again, the MF14 is the mask I kind of weirdly recommend people quite a lot now, because the MF14 is genuinely good as like a $40 mask or whatever. That's, you know, like genuinely pretty new. Alright, we've got enough wood now, so we want to get a stone miner. Right. I guess I want to put him near the stones. But I assume he'll just, once he's finished extracting those stones, he'll just go and find more stones. So let's just put him there. Right, and then manage. And that's $100, so I need to sell some more wood first. Let's wait for some more deals to come in. Build a hiring hall. How much wood does that cost? But I'm not going to do that on the stream. Yeah, 7,500 wood. I'm definitely not doing that on the stream today because, like I said, I'm off in a few minutes. I suppose, yeah, there's also that guy that does the... You can buy... I should go to, he wants 20 wood. Yeah, please, just buy the bloody wood. I just want people to buy my wood at the moment, so I can, yeah, actually, as well. Well, 52 wood for $68, finally. Yes, thank you. Right, so now, I was going to say if I sleep, I imagine it also does the thing where it, probably advances time and then more deals come in, but... Right, so now I want to do manage stone miner level 1, hire, and then I get a guy that slowly goes and gets stone for me. And for 300 wood and 1 rock, I can upgrade that, which I might actually just do in a minute anyway, because, oh, there we go. I've already got the thing to do it. So, let's get us... Oh, I need $250 for the next one, but, I won't be able to do it one time. Right, anyway, so yeah, this is whatever this game was called. Forest Hustle, something like that. Again, if you like idle games and these sort of games where the only real objective of them is to completely extract everything off the map and, you know, obliterate the map, if you like, of all the natural resources. Oh, sorry, right, JJ? Oh yeah, that would be good if, yeah, they, rather than burning all the stuff, decide that, yeah, to bring some money back into Iran, they'll just sell off to all the people a load of Iranian shit, yeah. Anyway, I'll be off now, because like I said, I've been on longer than I said I was going to be on to other people. So, have a good evening, everyone. I've got some more videos filmed today. Today's ones were actually on improvised body armor stuff again, just because I know other people sometimes keep asking me about that. I've also got some new, not surplus, but new compasses coming to do video comparisons between, like, commercially available, sort of cheapish, you know, like, you know, low to mid-range compasses to see how they compare to the mil-spec ones. You know, like, but obviously knowing that they're new and, you know, there's not going to be any aging and damage to them that way. Right, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See you later. And like I said, YouTube told me today that I can do the dual stream thing, but that didn't work with this, but I might try that with the webcam tomorrow. Because, yeah, the dual stream option's there, but it still doesn't work. But the dual stream option that was on the other thing they sent me a thing to go, look, you can do dual stream now. If you're doing widescreen, you can also do that. So I'll try it with a webcam one tomorrow. Right, see you.